For this week's headlines, breaking news, Russia to regulate crypto, dispelling fears of ban. How will this development impact cryptocurrency as a whole? And will other countries follow? Is the cryptocurrency trading boom creating a new generation of addicts? Is this a real threat? XRP gains 30% after Ripple gets permission to explain fair notice defense versus the SEC. Does this mean that XRP is out of the woods now? McDonald's files trademark for Metaverse-based virtual restaurant. Will more big brands follow suit? Tesla says it held nearly $2 billion worth of Bitcoin at the end of 2021. Is Tesla pro or anti-Bitcoin? What do you think? G'day everybody and welcome to another week of This Week in Crypto, where I take you through some of the most important aspects of the crypto week from a news point of view. My name is Craig Cobb from tradercobb.com, and if you like this type of content, I'd really appreciate it if you do one simple thing: like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, let other people know and share it around the different groups that you're in, because I would appreciate it a great deal. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. We're going to kick it off with a bit of information about Russia. Russia to regulate crypto, dispelling fears of ban. Now, if those of you who watched last week's show, you will recall that I did talk of Russia and their sort of flippy-floppy move to ban, to not ban. It seemed like a very confused environment over there in the big Russia. Well, it looks like now they have come out, as it says, the government's plan to license exchanges and tax large transaction has the support of the central bank, which previously wanted to outlaw mining and trading. And just like that, guess who got his way? Mr. Vladimir Putin. Yes, the central bank at one stage was heavily against the mining or use of cryptocurrencies and digital assets altogether. But when Mr. Putin weighed in on his desire to look at cryptocurrencies, particularly the mining side of things, given Russia's cheap access to power, well, all of a sudden, guess what? The central bank changed its tune. And here we are. Russia has given the green light. Now, as we go down through this article, it's talking a lot about what the impact is on the market. Has this news, in fact, had any impact whatsoever on Bitcoin? And that's a question for us to look at on the charts. However, I can tell you that Bitcoin has had 2 days of pulling back into what I call the cradle zone, which is in between or around the 10 and 20 period moving average. As you can see here, Bitcoin's price rose by about 3% on Wednesday morning when Russia embraced this news and let it out to the world. That being said, we have seen a slight pullback. We could see other governments adopting Bitcoin in the near future, with Russia making the move. Now, this is what I think is a big step in the right direction. Russia is not some small country to be ignored, nor is it a country that the West really has a finger on, or on the pulse. Very similar to that of China. We might think we know what's going on over there, but it doesn't appear that everything is as it seems. And with Russia now taking on cryptocurrency and digital assets as an option for within their own society, well, it's going to be interesting to see if maybe China flips the lid, because obviously China's not real keen on it, or if other countries follow suit. The political and economic cost of banning crypto will outweigh the risk to governments from allowing it to coexist with legacy financial institutions. Now, that is something that I believe is going to be a massive factor when it comes to the regulation and, these countries that try and ban Bitcoin and ban crypto. They're just really shooting themselves in the foot. What country is going to be the blockbuster and be the last to move and the first to go under, as we see the rise of digital assets and being integrated into society and day-to-day life? Well, hopefully it's not Australia, hopefully it's not where you live, but come on guys, get stuck into it. Russia's leading the way, kind of, I suppose. So good news out of Russia there. That's one thing we can touch on. Number 2 article, is the cryptocurrency trading boom creating a new generation of addicts? Possibly. Spoken from a trader myself, trading can be very addictive. There's no doubt about it. But I don't see trading as gambling. I trade with systems. I trade with checklists. I trade with nearly 19 years of trading experience. And for me, is it something I can get addicted to? Absolutely not at all. I personally, after doing it for so long, don't find it all that exciting anymore. It is merely a way to make money for me. However, I do recall back when I started, I was certainly addicted to the hustle, to the fun, to being in positions. But when I started, I was no more than gambling. There's a difference between trading and there is a difference between gambling. Now, what the youth do with their spare dollars and their time is up to the youth, as they are talking about a new generation here spurred on by TikTok and social media. Of course, wherever there is anything, there will be people that take advantage of that, or there will be people that allow it to take advantage of them, coming in the form of addiction. The Guardian business reporter Rob Davies is the author of a forthcoming book, Jackpot: How Gambling Conquered Britain. And he has been looking into the ways in which crypto trading apps encourage users to trade more and more. He tells machine trading platforms encourage users to share social media updates when their portfolio goes up, but not when it falls. As a result, in effect, nobody's ever getting the message that actually you can lose money. Thanks for that, Davies. Now, if you're somebody out there who is watching this right now, and you're thinking, I should go and do Trader Cobb's courses because I can't possibly lose because crypto trading is my ticket to freedom, don't do it. I create a framework. I create a systemized approach. You're the one who needs to master it. It takes time, commitment, ethic, work. You've got to do it. You've got to focus on your brain. There's a lot of stuff that goes to trading. And if you're somebody out there who thinks that, hey, presto, trading is going to be my get-rich-quick scheme and my ticket to freedom, you're wrong. It is not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to put the work into it. So Mr. Davies is very, very right in the sense that people that believe that they're only going to make money are probably going to have a pretty bad experience. Well done, good sir. I'm looking forward to not reading that book because I don't think it's going to really offer too much if that's your biggest insight into people and crypto trading. I will, however, say that yes, there is always an addictive part to anything whereby you're looking to generate income. The problem is with crypto trading is that people often go into it with a YouTube mentality. Now, I know that YouTube has a lot of fantastic information out there. I'm on YouTube too. I've got a heap of free stuff out there too. But if you think that YouTube is going to be the place, and I don't care what Gary Vee says, come at me, bro. Love Gary Vee, don't get me wrong. But telling people that you can go out there and learn everything you want on YouTube, he's right, but he's also very wrong. Can you imagine going on to, think about this, once you know what you're doing, you have what we call a bullshit detector. You can work out what works and what doesn't and what makes sense to you and what doesn't. When you go into a commercial kitchen with 5,000 ingredients, and you're told to make a souffle and you've never made a souffle, smelt a souffle, you have no recipe for a souffle, and you're told, I need 4 souffles in 1 hour by the head chef, and you go, yes, chef. What are the chances of you getting that right? Well, this is exactly how people go into YouTube and start to learn, is that they have absolutely no idea what they're looking for or how to do things, and they just mash it all together. Now, this does lead into the I can learn myself realm, but it very rarely results in good results. That then feeds into the addiction, because what happens is we start to lose money and we start to double up our positions and hope that we can get it back in a trade or two. So yes, crypto trading and any trading can certainly have negative effects both in your head, mentality, in your mindset, and also in your wallet. The key thing to trading successfully, even if you don't make money, that sounds like not successful, I agree, is to manage your risk, because if you have $0 in the game, you have zero chance of making any back. So be careful out there. XRP gains 30% after Ripple gets permission to explain fair notice defense versus the SEC. Okay, so XRP during the week, as we all have seen, if you've looked at the charts, had a very thumping, strong day of about 22% gain in one particular trading day. It has since pulled back slightly. But it rose by 30% in less than a week amid positive sentiment around the court case in which the US Securities and Investment Commission claims that Ripple sold XRP as illegal securities. Now, this has been going on and on and on and on and on and on and on for a long time with XRP and Ripple. Of course, XRP being the native token of Ripple, two different things under one company called Ripple. Now, this has been a bit of a thorn in the side of XRP or Ripple's side for quite some time now. With XRP, its price not having a great deal of momentous joy throughout 2021, like many other projects did when we did have a very strong bull market. The upside move picked momentum also as Jeremy Hogan, partner at law firm Hogan & Hogan, noted that the SEC versus Ripple might be heading toward a verdict. Now, this is something that the whole market has been waiting for a very, very long time. It will set precedent for other projects moving forward to decide whether or not that if it is declared to be a security or not. A lot of eyes watching XRP versus the SEC, or call it Ripple versus the SEC. It's kind of like a weird looking threesome. To see if we can get some clarity around that. It's good because we're moving into the second phase of the case where things are going to happen. What are those things, Jeremy Hogan? What are those things? Give us some more info, my man. Give us some more info. On Forbes now, McDonald's files trademark for Metaverse-based virtual restaurant. Now, this stuff's starting to get mind-blowing. The whole Metaverse, it's like the biggest word out there. If you go looking anywhere on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, it's Metaverse. How to get rich in Metaverse? How to get meta. I'm sick of hearing the word bloody meta. Meta at a bar. Meta. M-E-T-A. Meta. Anyway, McDonald's has now jumped onto the Meta bandwagon, and they're stating that they're going to go forth and say, we want to have virtual restaurants, we want to have things in there like maybe a virtual restaurant but with home delivery, that sort of thing. Now, I'm starting to understand more and more about how this Metaverse might actually work into the hands of us as consumers and give us a better way of doing certain things, perhaps. Or maybe it's just a place where we can become more distant from our everyday human being neighbors by just locking ourselves indoors and not doing anything ever, and everything will always arrive at your door when you want it, and you don't need a real life, you can just have a computer life. Sounds like what many governments around the world would like us to do. Don't worry, WA, you won't be by yourself for too long because you'll have the Metaverse. Sorry, feeling a bit strange today. Having a great day, in a good mood. When you see the critical mass of large companies making this many new trademark filings, it's very clear this is coming, Gerben told Forbes. Now, here's a quote that I really like because it comes back to what I literally just said a second ago. I think you're going to see every brand that you can think of make these filings within the next 12 months, Gerben added. I don't think anyone wants to be the next blockbuster and just completely ignore a new technology that's coming, and I would have to agree with you there. Now, what will they do with this? Will this be a bandwagon to the likes of which we have never seen before that just rolls off the edge of a cliff and we see nothing of it? I certainly hope not. We have a number of massive corporations with McDonald's now entering into the meta space as well. Will we see this technology transform the way we do business and the way that we see the world and each other and products and consumer goods? Will that happen very, very quickly because we have such fast growing technology and big dollars behind it? Or will this just be one of those bandwagons that everybody's looking to jump onto, but they don't really know how to monetize it just yet? Only time will tell, but from looking from the outside in, the Metaverse is here to stay. Tesla now. Tesla says it held nearly $2 billion worth of Bitcoin at the end of 2021. Good for you, Tesla. Well done, Mr. Musk. Tesla said Monday in a filing with the SEC it was holding nearly $2 billion in Bitcoin at the end of the year. Now, rather than going through all this hoo-ha and nothing, one thing I think is really important to understand is how did they play this? What did they do? Tesla recorded $101 million worth of impairment losses in 2021 from its Bitcoin investment, citing a drop in value of the cryptocurrency in a filing with the SEC. Tesla added that it realized gains of $128 million after selling a portion of its holdings last March. Overall, Tesla gained $27 million in its crypto transactions during the year, recorded as a negative loss in restructuring and other expenses. So Tesla's essentially come out there and they're showing the way that you can use Bitcoin on your balance sheet, the way that you can use that to work things to look nice for you is essentially what I'm reading there. Of course, Bitcoin did go up and they did sell in March, and we still had some very strong prices, resulting in a $128 million profit on that transaction. That's because they sold, they realized the profits on that position. Now, as Bitcoin has fallen back throughout the year, throughout the end of 2021 into 2022, they have now been able to register a loss of, the equitable value of their Bitcoin, right? It's decreased in value by 101 million, of course, with 121 and 101 averages out to be $27 million profit. So they're not doing too badly. Now, will we see Tesla come back and accept Bitcoin as payments for its motor vehicles in 2022? That's anyone's guess. Seeing the way that Elon makes some decisions and he flicks the switch on, and it seems to be that when he said we could take payment in Bitcoin, somebody very quickly said, no. Don't do that. And he's flung around instantly saying, nope, we're not doing that anymore because power consumption's bad. It seemed like it seemed very silly to think that the Tesla boffins that are running the finance division there within Tesla had not looked into those sorts of things. If they thought that they were important at the time is beyond my comprehension. These people are being paid massive amounts of money and have massive amounts of brains. They would know all of this well before the decision was made. So some funny business going on in there. Bottom line is that Bitcoin and Tesla are still together. They seem and appear like a match made in heaven, especially considering there's so many software updates and opportunities there in your Tesla, you can even mine the bloody thing. Anyway, across the board, we have a bit of up, bit of a down, a bit of information out there, a lot more coming into the metaverse, a lot more big business every single week now. We are seeing large corporations, if they're not buying Bitcoin or being involved in Bitcoin, they're involved in the metaverse or they're bringing in NFTs. You have a look at the shift of where we are now to where we were, say, in 2000, even 2019 or even 2020. We are seeing the floodgates opening to corporates and the rest of the world, whether it be through digital assets or the metaverse. And I believe the metaverse is an absolute match made in heaven for digital currencies. If we're going to be living in a world online, we may as well have our own online money. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a wonderful week ahead. That is This Week in Crypto. My name is Craig Cobb from tradercobb.com. Please do share this content if you like it. If you'd like to get involved and learn how to trade, we do have an absolutely free course there at tradercobb.com, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll speak to you again next week. Bye for now.